you want some apple biscuits? Well, I don't know what you want apple biscuits for. Alright, salutations, citizens. I am Byron Bartholomew, the third, and welcome to Puppet Science News for last week, because, you know, we really don't have clairvoyance, the ability to see the future. Yeah. So, let's get right into it. Looks like we have discovered 2 new species of vampire crab. Yeah, normally I put this kind of thing in the lens of Nope, but these guys are so cool. Look at them. They look like Pokemon. Yeah, I'm gonna call him Krabby. I know it's not very creative, but you do what you can. Anyway, they've been in the aquarium trade for a while, and science were having problems tracking them down because the people didn't want to let other people know where they found them, so, you know, they would have competition, that kind of thing. But vampire crabs look super, super cool. Yeah. Also, things that look really cool, mushrooms. Oh, I know what you're thinking. They don't look very cool unless they're, like, in pasta or something. But vampire crabs are all glowy because they're bright, while mushrooms can actually go in the dark. Why? Well, it turns out that in places where, like, the mushrooms can't, like, spread their spores by, like, wind and stuff, that attracting beetles and other bugs with some glowy lights actually helps them spread their spores, because they eat the mushroom, the fruity thing. That's what the caps and stuff are. Those are the fruit. Sorry, my computer just made a noise at me. Stop it. Anyway, so yeah, they attract bugs and stuff with the light, and they use the bugs to poop out the spores so they can keep growing. Pretty cool. Glowy things. Speaking of environmentally friendly glowy things, moving on to Costa Rica. Yeah, Costa Rica, a place in Latin America. Turns out that for all of this year, for all of 2015, Costa Rica has totally used renewable energy. Yeah, for all their electricity. We're not talking like their cars and stuff, because, well, electric cars aren't that popular yet. But they actually have only used renewable energy. So that's like mostly from, like, they have really heavy rain, and the really heavy rain this year has allowed them to use their hydroelectric dams. So most of the powers come from there, but they do have some solar and some wind and some other stuff, biomass burning, whatever. So hooray, Costa Rica! Good work, guys! You did it! Renewable energy, it was a thing. We'll keep working to see if they can keep it up for the rest of the year, but I'm not going to hold my breath. But either way, it's a great milestone. Hooray for renewable energy. It's a lot easier to dig sunlight. You just sit back. I dig it. 70s joke? No. Okay. Oh, speaking of more shiny things from nature, the northern lights. What the heck causes them? See, I have a couple of friends who live up in northern Alberta. That's the other side of Canada. Way over there. I'm pointing. That way. Anyway, turns out that this is caused by solar wind and solar flares. See, the excited particles that the sun goes like, pew! And shoots everywhere. Yeah, those particles, they interact with the Earth's atmosphere. And they excite things in there, and it has to release the energy somehow, so it glows. Yeah, it's really cool. Doesn't happen very often. It only happens where, like, the magnetic field of the Earth, with, like, the North and the South Pole. Those guys. Turns out that it only happens around there, because that's where the magnetic field carries the particles in. So, we have the Aurora Borealis, and the Aurora something. I don't know, I'm in Canada. Who cares about the Southern Hemisphere? Sorry, Australia. Brazil, for that matter. Anyway, so that's pretty cool, but we're not the only ones that have that, right? Mars! Mars has Aurora too. We didn't know this. It's actually something pretty cool. It was observed by the Maven spacecraft leading up to Christmas of last year, and it turns out that the Mars and Aurora taught us a lot about the atmosphere. A lot of things that we didn't know. We didn't think it was actually thick enough to make that happen. So yeah, hooray for the Martian atmosphere and having their own Aurora. Really weird. We're, like, not the only unique things in the galaxy. Go figure, huh? What else we got here? Oh, man. Speaking about the universe, not the only unique thing. We have this habitable zone. Habitable. Large words. Turns out that in most solar systems, there's this area where, like, liquid water can exist. So it's, like, not, like, too far away, so it's, like, frozen and not too close, so it doesn't, like, burn you up. Yeah, so this is the habitable zone, and after doing a lot of studies, it turns out that every solar system that we're aware of should have roughly 2 planets that can live in the habitable zone. They're there. So that increases the chances that there's other life out there in the universe by a lot. Like, a lot. So that's pretty cool. We'll bring it back in now. I mean, we're out in space talking about big things and tiny things. And, well, how about taking out the trash? Now, I know what you're thinking. Taking out the trash isn't that important. Let's do it next week. But turns out if your brain doesn't take out the trash, it could cause Alzheimer's. Yeah, some new information is shown that the blood-brain barrier, which is important for like taking material in and out of your brain, like nutrients and stuff. Well, if it's not taken out the waste properly, that could contribute to Alzheimer's. Yeah. Figure that one out. So next time your wife or your girlfriend or whatever, your significant other, they say take out the trash, you should probably do it. Don't be Alzheimer's. Look at you. You know who you are. Not taking out the trash. Yeah. Oh, and one more thing. This is like kind of nope, because it's like from the Terminator, but it's really cool too. If you look up there, you can see that. It looks like there's like the Eiffel Towel forming out of... Eiffel Towel? Good grief. Eiffel Tower. Eiffel Tower. Eiffel Tower forming out of like a pool of liquid. Well, that's actually a pool of resin, and it's 3D printing it. Yeah, it's printing that Eiffel Tower out of the resin, which is really cool. It's like does it like 300% faster than like typical 3D printers. Yeah. So where it normally takes a couple hours to print something like even remotely simple, this could do that stuff in literally minutes. It uses a combination of like a special resin and some lights, like UV lights and whatever, and it cures the resin, and it uses oxygen to make sure it doesn't cure, and it's kind of complicated. But what it works out to is printing things super fast, super cool. There's a video in the thingy, in the link, in the doobly-doo, down there. Click on that link, it'll show you a video of it actually printing it. They actually did a TED Talk too, so if you don't know what TED Talks are, go look at that. It is so cool. Manufacturing is changing super fast. It's awesome. And of course, all these stories, as always, come from IFLScience.com. Thank you, IFLScience.com, for existing and being awesome and having all these stories neat for me to pick from. They're cool. And if you like more of this stuff, subscribe up there. Keeps me in business and keeps you getting the awesome. Byron out. No. No cat. No eating. No thanks.